This is an open letter to my friend who asked me for some assistance with terrible personal problems that she's having and whatever advice I could offer, etc. And this letter has a dual purpose. It could be used as an open letter to law enforcement to acquaint them with some extraneous symptoms of laser hacking that they would never think of off the top of their head. Laser hacking is a crime that we had published in the newspaper in November last month of 2019. Where a laser is used to take over a person's phone by aiming the laser at the phone, and the sensitive microphone of iPhones and Androids determines that the laser is actually speech, and by this method they take over the voice control of the phone. The phone thinks it's received commands, and they can take over the phone and do anything they like, inject malware, etc. So it's a method of hacking, but it has serious side effects if the person is continually hit with the laser to regain control of the phone, such as if the person is well aware that they're being hacked by the timing of phishing and scamming type things coming at them, even though they've changed phones, carriers, email addresses, etc. Like clockwork, within half an hour of going on the internet, you're being attacked. Someone like that who's constantly reprogramming their phone or having the carrier reset it so that they get rid of denial of service is going to be subjected to repeated laser aimed at themselves. When you're holding your phone and the person is trying to aim the laser at the phone, they're also aiming the laser at you. A serious side effect of lasers is that it's a very high power microwave. Even a cell phone held near your head, if you have metal amalgam fillings in your mouth, the microwave acts as electroplating, and it takes the metal, lead, and mercury from the fillings and puts it into your system. So you'll have a temporary dose of lead and mercury for that day that you've been exposed to microwaves near the source of where your teeth fillings are. That puts you into a stupor and a daze. It affects your ability to think, etc., and we'll get into all the side effects of lead poisoning and mercury poisoning from this. But a laser is even a much more severe dose of radiation. Aside from leaching metals in your mouth from your fillings, in and of itself, to be hit with a laser constantly day in and day out, it puts a risk of cancer and leukemias, it destroys blood cells, etc., so it's very dangerous. I want to tell my friends, first of all, I'm sorry that I didn't see you for Christmas, and they were separated by such a great distance, but if it had been up to me, I would have seen you for Christmas. And I also want to say thank you for the gift that you sent. I know that it took a lot of your time and energy to put that gift together, and it's very beautiful, but I'm not sure what I can do with it because I'm not fully aware of what the gift is supposed to be. Maybe next time you could put directions with it, but I want to tell you thank you because you deserve a thank you for that. That was very nice of you. I'm also sorry to be writing so late this video letter, but as I said, I've been under some attack by laser hacker gangs that live in my building, and they're no strangers to me. They're related to my ex-husband from the 1980s who I divorced for violence, who began a career of music piracy. He's a member of an organized crime family, and it seems that the music piracy has never stopped since the mid-80s when I divorced him for violence. So, right now, currently in this apartment building where I live, after just having gone through a home invasion, a fraudulent eviction with fake costume cops in California, Thanksgiving week of 2017, and trashing out my Section 8 and robbing my entire apartment 14 grand's worth, with no police reports taken because I don't believe those were real cops that came when I called. We now have the grandchildren of Joseph D'Angelo Golden State Killer's sister, Rebecca Thompson, upstairs in 2 apartments. Latricia Thompson, Destiny Dawn Thompson, the daughter of Justin Blaine Thompson, with her child Aiden. Stephanie Cunningham Murphy, and then downstairs facing me I have the Bailey family of Georgia, who are related both to ex-husband and D'Angelo. And next door, the stepmother of Destiny, whose name is Amy Thompson. Coincidentally, she works for OHFA, who just ruined my Section 8. My personal situation is that I'm being targeted for music piracy. Music piracy already entails the perpetrators having a laser. It's called a laser listener, and they listen to your window so they can have the first scoop on anything you write and rush to publish, and that's how it's stolen. Music can be translated into thousands, if not millions of dollars, and I've been subjected to this for 2 decades now. So a tool that the perpetrator already has on hand is a laser, which can be kind of expensive for the laser driver part, etc. But indeed, this is what I was going through in California 2 years ago. I have photographs of a telephoto lens camera up on a tripod with a blue laser light aimed at my apartment from the facing apartment, where music piracy was taking place. And thanks to this article in November, I now know and can put together what's been going on regarding my phone repeatedly being hacked, even an iPhone, going through 14 phones and not being able to get away from these hackers who were right in my own building. Only after I covered my windows about 3 weeks ago, I'm now 3 weeks free of being aimed a laser at. I'm able to think again and not have a daily dose of lead and mercury from my amalgam fillings. They were making it very confusing to determine where the source was coming from. I have metal glasses on my face, I have metal in my teeth, and I have metal earrings, and I could actually feel the laser making my head grossly overheated and breaking out in sweat and tingling of my scalp. This is probably not something that you're going to run into often, only on someone who's being overdosed with radiation by too frequent of a laser blast aimed at that person. Some of the side effects from a person being laser hacked. When you're holding the phone, the laser is not only aimed at the phone, it's aimed at you. If you have metal amalgam fillings, is that lead leaches minerals and vitamins from your system, so your health is going to be going on in decline. It also decreases your appetite, so you're not eating as much and your health is going on decline. It causes hemolytic anemia by interfering with your red blood cells, and that in itself causes debilitating fatigue. So in my case, where I'm reined into an apartment by fatigue of this little trick going on with the gang, aiming a laser at me, making me sick, I'm so tired I often can't leave the apartment, which is exactly what the perpetrators want when they're music pirating. They want you to be penned in like a sheep, so they have you in one place where they can monitor you and eavesdrop on you and steal everything that you write. If you go out of your house, it entails a big babysitting project for the gang of gang stalking you, lest you try to reprogram your phone and get rid of their malware and make contact with the outside world.